On the Champs-Elysees behind me, police were out in numbers, in their hundreds, stopping people early this morning, searching them, seizing gas masks, goggles, anything that would have been indicative of a protest breaking out here on what is often referred to as the world's most beautiful avenue.
Now, Joel Labi joins us live from Hong Kong.
A particularly ugly day on markets here. The city, as you say, still reeling from what was another night of violent protests right in the heart of town. They want this seat of power in Hong Kong, which is across the road from me, to know that they have simply had enough, that this extradition bill, which critics say will open up all sorts of doors to mainland China to come in and nab criminals at their own will. They want Hong Kong's lawmakers to know that this is not acceptable and that this bill needs to be scrapped. As you say, it's been a pretty horrible trading day here for Cathay Pacific, which is, of course, Hong Kong's premier airline. So shares have dropped about 2.8%. Beijing actually becoming more belligerent when talking about North Korea of late. The condemnation that we've been seeing has been quite fierce. For the first time in more than 2 years, North and South Korea are ready to talk peace. Pyongyang has accepted an offer for joint dialogue next week, only hours after the US and the South delayed joint military exercises. Well, there's no doubt that Ethiopia's competitive coffee edge is its taste, but the beans in this macchiato here have been on a month-long journey from farms only several hours out of town.
CNN producer Joel Labi joins me now on the line from Tel Aviv.
It turned incredibly violent. We saw a couple of dozen police officers injured, water cannons used, tear gas used. It seems that Tel Aviv is not used to.
Well, fundamentally, the problem just seems to have been the valuation. AB InBev currently owns the Budweiser Brewing Company APAC, which was actually due to list this week here in Hong Kong for as much as $9.8 billion US, but they appeared to have pulled it because they didn't think they were going to get enough money for it. There's also a lot of pride at stake here for the French president. Macron has positioned himself as Europe's new contact point and has boldly called on France to return to its former glory. But to do that, the country needs business. And unlike President Trump, Macron is far less cagey about doing deals with Beijing. Much like the Holocaust, there is a pain in Rwanda that will take generations to heal. Almost every single person in this village was somehow impacted by the genocide. This workaholic lifestyle also isn't helped by the fact that getting time off here is incredibly difficult. Employees typically only get about 10 paid days off a year, but if they're sick, they either have to use those up or come in. There's virtually no escaping the office. And first of all, an admission from many of them that in the past they have dropped the proverbial football when it comes to business development, but have done a lot of growing up over the years when it comes to addressing climate change, corporate social responsibility, embracing new technology and so forth. We've seen the much maligned former chief executive C.Y. Leung replaced by Carrie Lam, who herself has been facing a mountain of questions and criticism since her election, that being about her stance towards independence and also the city's relationship with Beijing. I'm actually at his favourite cafe right now, and have a look at this. That is bulletproof glass, several inches thick, installed by the owner. Such is the fear around Pino Maniaci's life. Even the artificianados were saying well before this went under the hammer, how can you possibly guess the value of such a rare masterpiece? Well, a rare influx of foreigners in North Korea, all of them bringing their running shoes. That's for Sunday's Pyongyang Marathon.